Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, we are finding ourselves on Christmas Eve in the Bahamas on 2018.
December 24th, 2018. This is Christmas Eve. We are on the Liberty Clipper, which is a tall ship.
Tall sailing ship that comes out of Nassau and Boston. Fully sails, but we are completely under sail right now. And we got a little special dispensation and approval to come up here and see the front of the ship. So this is gorgeous. And this is a specific result of a visualization that Rika and I did last year with the intention. We were in the Grand Canyon and Las Vegas, and we did our annual retreat there last year. Our goal was to figure out how to really refine the goal process and how we're doing things. So we've been very, very fortunate with 2018, and it's been a stunning year. And the primary purpose for us doing these reports or doing this blog is we found unbelievable value with this. We're going to share some of our goals and how our process works. Hopefully, maybe it'll have an impact on others. But we're going to be doing retreats, and we may even rent this ship for doing couples retreats sometime in the future, when annuals are cool. So for the annual retreat.
So the way it worked was that we visualized a successful year, and what we wanted to do was to imagine ourselves where would we be in the sales results that we had achieved. And it was that we could be on ships at the same time, and that we imagined ourselves sailing. So that's what the was spurred on. As soon as how the ship did,
we start with our visualization of we wanted to be somewhere in the Caribbean on a sailboat around New Year's. And we started with, if we could wave a magic wand, what would spectacular for 2018? And then based on that, we started backing into what our goals and structure, and then we would break into our quarterly priorities based on that. But we needed to start with what does wonderful look like? And this is something we've done forever and ever, but we're really refining the process over the last few years. So to start with our visualization, and this is in the Best Life trifold. That's my really worn one that's been in my pocket for the last quarter. We start with the visualization. Rika, would you read that?
Yes. So to visualize a successful year, we imagined ourselves on the same ship, and that we were 100% in alignment, confident, and focused with the same.
So on the alignment part, we sat and over breakfast and went through and reviewed all these things yesterday in Nassau. And I felt for the first time I got emotional. I felt that Rika and I were genuinely in alignment. So, hey, we got it done this year. Don't care if it's the last week, but that's a win. So I'm stoked.
Our businesses and our clients are thriving. We have asked for help. We have embraced 3 full months of adventure, including a great month in Italy. Chris has successfully launched his book and sales himself. Rosa has started with fun and is running and highly successful. Rika's through self-made shining good, and she's been sold out couples globally and couples coaching, and 2 retreats scheduled.
So with that visualization, there's a few things in there that we didn't achieve, and that's okay. Part of the challenge of why we didn't get those was, more than anything, I think, was we were biting off a little more than we could chew. We didn't exactly know what they looked like. So that happens. Particularly for me, around the time it was going to take to publish the book and what it was going to be for the start of boot camp. And then also for Rika defining exactly what she wanted to become in the space. So then we also have on here, we have our numbers. Those are kind of personal, those are our financials and things that we're doing. But let me just say this. The more we do this, the more we say no, and the more we focus on what we're good at, the more, oh my God, money just starts dropping the bottom line. It's really, we have never had as good a financial year as we did this year. And we took 3 months off. We spent the month of July in Italy and Croatia, and we did a 4-mile through hike. It's just extraordinary. So The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to talk about what we had as annual goals. So we found, and we really had a moment yesterday where a realization where we realized that for us it's really important to have my goal, our goals, so we're in alignment and we know where we're going together as a couple. But then also for Rika to have her goals and for me to embrace that Rika's goals may seem like they're moving at a snail's pace or at a glacial pace, but it doesn't mean that they're not important and growing at a great pace for Rika. I need to be more patient with that. Just as for me, I may set more aggressive goals, and if Rika's aware of them, then it's going to help her understand that I want to go at light speed. And even if that's not comfortable for her, it's comfortable for me. But how can we be supportive of it? That seems to really have some impact. So with those, we'll go through these fairly quick. But let's go ahead and hit this.
For us, that's what Chris and I together, we wanted to schedule and embrace monthly adventures, which we did.
So that we did an adventure almost every month. I did with some of my work stuff, but we did a full month in Italy. We did Alaska, New Mexico, Costa Rica, Florida, New York City. I mean, it's been in Boston, extraordinary year.
We wanted to identify and schedule a new way to see family and friends 2+ times a month, quality time and growth. And what we were realizing was that we wanted to see family more and see friends more. And so what we made was that we made a plan, and it's really worked very, very well. So we did second Sunday family pop-up to see the family, and that has been received very well. And then we did a second Friday, date night Friday, and we've invited a website, a little kind of a website that shows where our date nights are, second Friday, and it's about 6:30, and we're going to these either polling walls, or now we're going to some nice restaurants too in Omaha, so that friends can come and sit and have dinner, or can have a conversation. So that
in both those cases, we wanted to be more active with family. We wanted to be more active with friends. And we decided to be proactive with it. And now, because we've done it that way, we take all the pressure out of it. Anybody can show up to the potluck or to the date night Fridays. And it's just been extraordinary, and we're going to continue that for a long time. But now, because we had it as a goal, we set it up, and it's been going very well. So then the third one?
Was to support each other's individual growth. And we've been doing that with going to workshops, retreats, survival. I did a survival course myself. I worked with Chris did a men's retreat.
I've done a variety of different trainings, and I did a men's retreat, which was just extraordinary in Boston. It was very helpful, fun. And then the last is we wanted to improve the quality of work with our clients. What we mean by that is we think that it's our obligation to always be sharpening our own tools. How do we get better? So part of that is the individual growth, but then as a result, how can we really make sure that we're going there and we're really helping people to be the best that we can be, both as a counselor, as a coach, as a facilitator, as an advisor. That's going to be the best thing for our businesses, but it's also the right thing and it's the best thing for our clients. So we're really pushing to do that.
And then for myself, so these were my goals for 2018, which was to identify steps needed to create a timeline and implement to become a coach. Well, that's something I was still kind of working on, and I think this year it's going to come relatively mission. I've been actually this year, maybe 2014. It's a bit of a way to see what it was when I had more of a sense of that, because I think I'm in the role around that main day sort of to do, really taking being accountable program. So that's something I'm still working on. Two was to identify motivations and execute steps needed to become the fittest and sexiest and skinniest. I'm 51 and I wanted to really be fit for the year. I noticed I had a bit of a stomach, like that. So I was exercising way more, running less, but doing Orange Theory, and then I changed the diet and I feel back on the weight that I like, and I'm really very comfortable. Scale now, so that's been great. Research, outline and testing growth retreat, that is in the works. We'll be doing 2 togethers 2019, so that was sort of the starting point.
Part of that was also for us to learn, to realize how challenging finishing books are. We have the manuscript, the first draft of that manuscript done, but it's been on the back burner while I finish my other manuscript. So it's part of this is us learning it too big a bite, and it's okay, we're getting it figured out.
And then the last one was to schedule reach out to friends for lunch, spa, meditation, exercise 2 to 4 times a month. I can say that's been a tremendous success. I've made real sure to talk to girlfriends and say, hey, let's meet and have you dinner. Like we did with my girlfriends once a month. So it's worked out. It made me see someone because I realized, like personal development, the friendships, continue friendships. So that's been really great. So I really enjoyed doing that. So those are my goals. Chris, it's what?
My first one was to ID motivations and fear around fitness and weight loss and execute a plan. My thinking is that I have a tremendous amount of discipline in every aspect of my life except for what I consume. So I've taken a different tack each quarterly objective, from intermittent fasting to playing with a vegetarian diet to different types of exercise to a variety of things. But long story short, I'm finishing this year for the first time in 35 years, at a weight that I'm pleased with. I finally was able to attain 175 pounds, actually a little better, size 32 jeans, which I haven't been in since I was a junior or sophomore in high school. The long story short is I think I finally got that figured out. The next one is to become a professional writer, finish the book and establish self as thought leader. Not 100% there yet, but I really feel like I'm hitting the stride with writing. On this trip, we're going to finish the second. We're going to be finishing the manuscript for the Aspiring Solopreneur. I'm very pleased with that. And then the last one is to define and achieve growth circles and startups. It started, then it stopped, then it started. And I've decided to adjust my focus specifically on the boot camps.
Learn more about living your best life and get regular content updates by subscribing to the Solopreneur channel on YouTube or email info@solopreneurlife.com. Living Your Best Life is sponsored in part by The Aspiring Solopreneur by Chris Kluver, OmahaCounseling.com, and EntrepreneurialAdvisors.com.